Hi, my name's Dan and I'm an old grumpy gamer. Welcome back to the channel. In this video we're looking at the first car mission in Grand Theft Auto Online. Once you've completed the first acquisition mission for Lamar and a subsequent drugstore or convenience store robbery, Simeon will give you a call and that gives you an opportunity to pick up your first ever car in Grand Theft Auto 5 Online without any cost whatsoever. So, let's start by taking a listen to the actual call that Simeon gives you, and then we'll go into looking at picking up your first vehicle.
Hello, my friend Lamar told me to call you. He said you were something of a big shot, only with a very inadequate sense of style. Maybe you should improve yourself with a fine car. I've got a friend at Santos Customs who can help you out, for sure.
So, not dodgy at all. But anyway, we can steal a vehicle now. So you'll notice up the top left we have a new prompt that says steal a vehicle to use as your own. This vehicle will be available to you in future online sessions once you have fitted a tracker in Los Santos Customs. So what we're going to now do is go on the hunt for a car. But the system, or Rockstar I should say, don't want you to jump straight into a bullet. They want you to be able to build up to that and earn. So while the temptation is there to jump into something quite nice, Rockstar have deliberately restricted you to something a little less powerful, a little less overpowered to start with, as you're getting to know the GTA Online world. So as you can see, I've started by just carjacking some dude at the intersection. I believe I've picked up a Felon GT, one of the Lampadardis. Quite a neat little vehicle. Just quickly checking if there's anything better than the one around that I've already picked. So we'll go for a quick drive up to the next intersection, have a bit of a look around and see what I can see. I have also set out a marker for... Oh, hang on, just set out a marker for Los Santos Customs as well, because this one is suitable. Now I think that looks an awful lot like a grotty that's just pulled up to that intersection, so let's go and snaffle that one and see if I can't have that as the first car. Just jump in. She ain't happy, but that's alright. And of course there are police, but that's alright. We don't mind, it gives us a chance to stretch the car's legs. So we'll just pick up after I have lost them. And there we go, that is the warrant off. So, as soon as the warrants come off, a new notification has popped up to the top left. It says, this is a premium vehicle that is already being tracked. You can only apply a tracker to this vehicle if it was purchased online. Find another vehicle. What that's telling us is that the vehicle we've chosen is a bit too nice. Rockstar don't want us to use that one. So I'm just going to quickly jump into something else. I believe that is an Ubermark. Now I'm a big fan of these cars. They're based on what I think is the BMW M4 series, which is a convertible set. Very, very nice, very, very quick. But it is also a drop top, so that means it doesn't offer a great deal of protection. So I'm going to try and find something else if I can, something a little bit heavier to use, maybe a four-wheel drive if I can. I think there's a copy of a G-Wagon floating around here somewhere, and I will see what I can do to find one. And there we go, got one. Let's just borrow it from this fella here, and out they go. Obviously got a warrant. Now these don't handle quite as well, but they are tough as nails. They are a little bit slow. Sorry about that. Rightio, and off we go again. They are a bit slow, that's the only thing. So these ones don't really offer a great way to get away from the police. I can actually see one right on my tail at them. There he is. And I managed to hold it together there, but these don't offer a great deal of speed and pace, which makes it really challenging to get away from the police. So I think I might try another vehicle. Let's see how we go. Okay, so I found myself another Ubermarkt. I'm just going to quickly grab this. We'll borrow it off this fella, and away we go. And I just knocked off the door with that guy's head, so I'm pretty surprised he managed to get up. I'll just flip the top up to give me a little more protection from the police. Not that there's a lot there, but there we go. So I think this is the one I'm going to decide on. This will get me started for the match, and we'll just kick through next up to, as you can see they're bringing it up on the map, to Los Santos Customs, where we can do a little bit of customization and get a few tips and tricks going for that one as well.
Simeon said he'd spot you. Whatever you want, he'll pick up the tab this one time.
So with our friendly neighbourhood car dealer Simeon picking up the bill, out of the goodness of his heart, I am absolutely sure we can jump into modifying our car without having to worry about the cost of the modifications. Now, some of the mods will be locked. We need to get to a certain level before we can access them, but we can get started and we can customize our car quite nicely with this. Like I said, I've gone for the Ubermarkt. This is based on the BMW M4, which is a personal favourite in real life. I really like this car, and I think we can jazz it up a fair bit. So what we're going to do is start going through some of the options. We'll start by repairing, and then I'm just going to take a look at some of the basics, starting with armour. The armour is really important if we can get it. It's really handy for later missions. Obviously it's all locked up at this point, so that's not going to do us much good. Same goes with brakes and some of the base enhancements as well. We're not going to be able to get started on some of the high-end customizations. We can, however, tweak our interior, so let's get started on that one. And that gives us the fancy red interior instead of the grey. So we'll grab that. It can be a little bit different for other vehicles as well. The next thing I'm going to jump into is the engine, so we only have access to the EMS upgrade for level 1. I'm going to go ahead and grab that anyway because the cache isn't a problem, so we'll just dive straight in and click that one. Some of the later upgrades are really neat, but we can't get them at the moment, so as I just back out of that one and then into the exhaust system, that's all locked up, but I'll just go through. You can see there they are a performance enhancement. It also has quite a nice aesthetic. The higher you get up, the nicer the aesthetic on the actual exhaust pipes, but most importantly, performance boost to the car. So I'll back out of that one, and the next one is the explosives. Look, they're handy, but a lot of people don't like doing them. It's just a great way to damage your car and it does nothing. Okay, so next up is the carbon hood. It has no real performance boost that I can see, but it does look kind of nice if you're into that style. So we'll just have a look. I'll switch between the two, and I think I'll stick with the stock one at the moment. The horns, they're a little bit of fun. You can zip through and get the truck horn or the police horn or the clown horn as well. They have some great noises. They are quite amusing. And then we've got the loops. The loops are novelty horns. They're quite fun for a little bit of nostalgia, as some of them hark back to some of the earlier GTAs. Some of them are also just silly, but I'll go through a couple. We can have a quick listen. They're a little bit of fun, but to be honest, I don't like them. I won't end up getting one. Alright, so I'll just zip back. Yeah, we'll have a quick look at the musicals. It's not too bad. Again, they're a little bit of fun, but honestly, I get pretty bored with them pretty quickly. So I'll just stick with the stock horn. Even if I had access to the truck horn, probably wouldn't get it for this vehicle. Alright, so back out and to the lights. Now, I'm a big fan of the Xeon lights if you can get them, but I don't know, they're locked up at the moment, so we can't get them. So we have to stick with the stock lights. They still have a good colour. They're still quite nice to do the job. What I will do, though, a bit later on is perhaps have a look at some of the different colours, depending on which colour I pick for the vehicle. In the meantime, I'll just have a quick tinker around. You can see there we have front, back and sides, and that gives a neat little street racer glow to the car. It's quite nice. It's not really flash for stealth, but it is quite a decent look if you like it. So we'll just have a quick look through and then up to the next one, which is the tracker and the insurance. Now, I cannot stress the importance of this enough. You absolutely must get that tracker. If you don't get the tracker and you don't get insurance, if your car gets destroyed, or I should say when your car gets destroyed, it will be lost. So really important, grab that tracker, grab that insurance. That's the big takeaway from this one. Regardless of which car you end up taking, get those two things. Alright, so I'm just going to go through finishing customizing the car, and then we'll come back afterwards. And there you have it, the purple Ubermarkt drop top. I'm pretty happy with how this one's turned out. It seems to be a good starter car. It's light, it's quick, it doesn't offer a lot of protection with that drop top, but later with bulletproof glass, bulletproof tyres, it will be adequate and will certainly get me started. So there we go, rolling out. So the question is, what are your favourites? What did you start with, or are you just starting? Some of the other suggestions I've seen floating around for first cars are the Ocelot F620, which is a brutal piece of kit. It's I think it's based on the Aston Martin, one of the DB series. The the Shyster Fusillade. I am pronouncing that horribly, but the Shyster Fusillade, which is a really neat looking little vehicle that looks to be based off the Chrysler Crossfire. The next one is the Phoenix Imponte, which is an old school Camaro, I believe, and that looks beautiful, and it's got lots of customization options, lots of liveries, and of course the classic Buffalo, which reminds me very much of a modern Mustang. It's brutally quick and tough as nails. So, what are your thoughts? Have you got any other suggestions for cars? Am I completely off the mark, or have I hit the nail on the head? I'd love to hear from you. Please dive into the comments below and start a discussion. It would be fantastic. If you have any other suggestions, or if this guide's been really helpful, that would be great to know as well. And if you have any other suggestions for guides that I can put together in the future, please let me know. Thanks for watching, it's been an absolute pleasure having you. If you like what you've seen, click that like button below, it'll really help us out. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that notification and that subscribe button. Thank you, we'll see you in the next video.